This is for the players. For those that leap into battle in the blink of an eye. For the drivers that compete for their club, no matter where they are. For everyone who has triumphs, tips and tricks to share.
And for those who love to play with complete freedom, this is for the game changers, the innovators. This is for the players. This is PS4.
Real guys, real sport, Bar TV.
Australia's leading sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
swimming, basketball,
netball
and athletics,
you'll see this logo.
it's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
and you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence. Australia's leading...
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
Hello and welcome to Bar TV's live and exclusive coverage of the NPL today. It's great to have your company. Today we have a mouth-watering contest as one of the form sides in the competition in Edgeworth travel to Magic Park today to meet a Broadmeadow side who has lost their last 3 NPL games on the trot after being undefeated after 7 rounds. Last week, both Edgeworth and Broadmeadow made it through to the final 32 of the FFA Cup with comprehensive victories on both days. So can both sides continue their good form today at Broadmeadow? The Magic need a win against quality NPL opposition, and that is what they will get today. Edgeworth have won 6 of their last 7 to sit top of the ladder. I should say sitting second on the ladder, while Broadmeadow have drifted back to 5th, outside the top 4. Both sides love to attack, so this is shaping up to be an entertaining contest, live here on the home of grassroots sport, Bar TV. So it is great to have your company. So thanks for joining us. I'm going to go through the team lineups before we get underway. The score in the under 22s that we just witnessed was a 2-1 win to Edgeworth, and in the under 17s it was a 4-1 win to Edgeworth as well. So Edgeworth have got the wood over Magic today. There's a big crowd across to the southern end. There's plenty of fans down there. The picnic rugs are out, and the cars are around Magic Park, and everyone knows that this is going to be an important match in the context of Broadmeadow's season. So here's their lineup for today. In goals, number 1, Nathan Archbold. Number 3, Josh Piddington. Number 4, Ben Higgins. Number 5, Luke Vigili. Comes back into the side after that injury scare last week. 6, Daniel Casaroli. 7, Scott Pettit. 8, Matt Houle. 9, Peter Haynes, the captain, returns. Number 14, John Griffiths. Number 17, Dino Fajkovic. And number 19, Cale Bradbury. On the bench, number 10, Chris Berlin. Number 11, Reece Tippett. Number 16, Cal Lewis. Number 21, Ko Sang-hin. And number 66, Brad McKenzie, is the reserve keeper. For Edgeworth, in goals, number 1, Jim Fogarty. Number 3, Aaron McLaughlin. Number 4, Aidan Bryce. Number 6, Luke Walker returns to NPL action. Number 7, Bren Hamill. Number 8, Josh Evans. Number 9, Brody Taylor. Number 10, Keanu Moore, who won the penalty last week, or in the last NPL match, I should say, that Edgeworth got the win up against Charlestown. Number 11, Dylan Holtz. Number 12, Brenton Olzoma. Number 15, Pat Wheeler. And on the bench, number 2, Bray Smith. Number 14, Justin Tannock. Number 7, Dom Bazzari. Number 31, Lockie Pasquale goes back to the bench. And number 23, Ben Smith. So there's the lineups for today here at Magic Park, Broadmeadow, taking on Edgeworth. Kickoff is only a few minutes away. And this will really decide where the makeup of the top 4 by the end of the round. Edgeworth in second place, currently on the ladder, 21 points. Broadmeadow have drifted, as I said in the intro, back to 5th place on 17 points. Joining me in commentary today is Blake Jarrett. And Blake, this is going to be a big game for both sides, as we've already discussed.
Yeah, it definitely is, isn't it, Ben? You said I was going to have a huge makeup on the top 4, and I'm worried as ever. Both of these sides need to win for different reasons. Broadmeadow will be hoping they can break back into the top 4 today, and Edgeworth will be hoping that if results go their way and Adamstown beat Hamilton, that they can join Hamilton at the top of the leaderboard. So it's a very big game. The field's looking very good. It's a nice sunny day here. The clouds have sort of burnt out, so look forward to a real good contest here.
Well, we did see back in round 3, I should say, the game that we did in that match. I'll just check that other. Is Hamilton playing Adamstown today? Is that
yeah, they
right?
are. Yeah, over at Darling Street Oval.
Well, it was a 2-all draw. We had that match. Of that happening, I'd have to say would be pretty high, of Adamstown getting a result against Hamilton. They showed they could do it way back in round 3, so we'll see if Edgeworth can get the job done today. Edgeworth have struggled against quality opponents this year, Blake, and their coach Damien Zane's spoken a lot about it in his little post-match interviews with Bar TV.
Thank you. They have, haven't they? This fixture back in round 3. We'd like to have a moment of silence before the match. Jack McLaughlin Oval, Broadmeadow actually beat Edgeworth 4-1. Dino Fedjovic opened scoring in that game, then Josh Evans equalised with a header. And it went to half-time at 1-1. Cal Bradbury then got a double, then he won a penalty that Peter Haynes converted, so they won 4-1. We're just having a minute silence here.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Broadmeadow Magic FC, thank you for your respect. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Broadmeadow Magic FC, Newcastle Macedonian Sports Club, welcome to Magic Park.
So Ben, going through the team sheet, though, it's good to see Luke Bagili back starting for Magic. Looks to be a very bad injury in that game in the FFA Cup against West Wallsend. He went down clutching at his knee, but he's back and starting in the left back position for Broadmeadow, and they've got a very strong back line here today with him, Peddington, Ben Higgins and Matt Hill right back there.
Well, referee's off. I don't know what's going on here. The sideline official is having a chat to the Broadmeadow bench. I don't know quite what is going on. It looks like we're all set to go.
It's good as well to see Luke Walker back on the field for Edgeworth, isn't it, too? Their captain, he's back in the number 6. And
he's got the captain's armband on in the middle of the park, Luke Walker, today. As Magic going quickly, straight and hard off the kickoff, as they like to do all the time, Broadmeadow. Edgeworth going after it there was Bren Hamill. Down the right-hand side, it's been turned over back to Broadmeadow. And Josh Evans heading towards the sideline. And as you were talking about before, Blake, Luke Vigili, that injury looked shocking. I saw it on the news last Sunday, and I thought that looked like an ACL. But yeah, as you said, great to see him back out there playing at playing at left back today.
Yeah, these last few seasons he's copped a few injuries, which is no good for him, but it's good to see that didn't end his season, or hasn't ever missed a game, so it's great.
Well, here is Luke Vigili charging down the left side, showing no ill effects of that knee injury last week. He played his juniors for South Walton and is also the coach's son, so a lot of connection to this club. This Luke Vigili.
Look in the middle of the park there, we've got Peter Haynes back in the NPL. He did play last weekend in the second FFA Cup game. He did miss the game that we did against Hamilton Olympic in Bar TV in that 2-0 loss for Broadmeadow. So him back in the side will be a big boost. They're chasing their first win in 4 games.
Yeah, I can't really put my finger on what went wrong. We saw the first of the losses, actually, the one against Western, a 4-3 loss, and I've spoken to a few of the Magic faithful about the Charlestown match, and they said it was one of the worst performances they've ever seen from Broadmeadow out at Lyle Carr. They went down 1-0, and then Magic had a 2-0 loss to Hamilton, where Hamilton scored and then really parked the bus as such, defended Broadmeadow out of the game, and got the victory there 2-0. There's Pat Wheeler on the ball just on halfway, going to head back. And Scott Pettit over the sideline, and the throw down the line. Of course, we've also had a little bit of a chat about the FFA Cup, but both these sides got through, so they're going through the round of 32, and I think they're going to be very good representatives for Northern New South Wales.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ben. They both will be. I was just down there talking to Warren Mills, and he's very excited. He wants a home game, but he said a lot of his players want an away game. They like the idea of going away and playing on a road trip, but he's eagerly waiting the draw, which happens on the Fox Sports News Channel 500 on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. These 2 teams will find out who they play.
Well, there was chat about the lights at Edgeworth, actually. There was something about the lux. You need 400 lux for a television game, according to Fox Sports. So Magic have that here because they had the game against Brisbane Strikers, was it? Yeah, the Strikers last year. So Edgeworth apparently going to try and see what they can do about that lighting. So hopefully they can get a home game, and they can get a big crowd in there at Jack McLaughlin. But we've got a free kick here for Broadmeadow. This is whipped in by It's whipped in over there by trying to get the number plate. Is it
Casaroli?
Casaroli over there. Another tall timber in the Magic side. Fajkovic, Luke Vigili, and Casaroli all pretty tall. There's Peter Haynes back in the side for Broadmeadow. He didn't play the first. Calls for a free kick here after going down for Broadmeadow. There was Matt Hoole, but Peter Haynes didn't play on the first day against South Armidale, but I'm pretty sure he played in that absolutely demolition job that they had against West Wallsend.
It was, wasn't it? They got the goal scorers here. Yeah, they won 13-0 obviously, and it was 4-0 at half time. Cal Bradbury got a double early on in the game, and Ko Senjin scored. Dino Fajovic then got his first of a hat-trick before half-time, and the second 2 just straight after. Josh Binnington then got in with a double. Peter Haynes scored the first of his double, and in between that, Chris Berlin's got a hat-trick. So it was a big day for a few players, and a very big day for the whole club.
Yeah, they got the weaker of the sides that did get through to the semi-finals of the Northern New South Wales division. The other game was Edgeworth and Adamstown, so they're probably hoping they didn't get Edgeworth or Adamstown, and in the end it probably worked out best. I think the 2 strongest sides got through in the end. Here's a ball across to the left, getting on the end of it was Fajkovic, comes back off Aiden Bryce, and knocks it up the ground. He's had a few red cards this year, Aiden Bryce, but he's back again today. He played against Western a few weeks ago and got through that one. So he's well entrenched in this starting lineup. Across now to back to Higgins, looking for Matt Hoole. Bradbury over the top now, Scott Pettit. And there's an offside very marginal against Broadmeadow on this near side. So we've had just over 5 minutes here on Bar TV. It's Broadmeadow and Edgeworth at 0-0. Big crowd in today, Blake. A bigger crowd than we saw when Broadmeadow took on Western. The hill, definitely the southern hill, packed with a lot of people.
Broadmeadow versus Edgeworth, it's a big rivalry. It's always a big game.
Throw down here for McLaughlin. Goes down the line for Brody Taylor. Still with Brody Taylor, trying to come inside. Trips over the ball, but the referee gives the free kick to Edgeworth, so now they get a free kick in a promising area of the ground.
Looking at the team sheets here, it's very promising to see both sides' benches. I know they both played 2 games last weekend, so they look to have come through relatively unscathed. We'll come back to that after this free kick.
Just putting the ball on the ground is Bren Hamill. Scored in one of our games against South Cardiff. As he puts it in, Archbold goes up and takes it nicely. Didn't have one of his best games, Nathan Archbold, against Hamilton. Looks like he shaved off the beard as well in goals there, Archbold. Now with Pettit. He did have a beard, didn't he? If I can remember. Just trying to think if it's the same person. Of course, Josh Piddington as well at the start of the year shaving off his beard. Goes down towards the corner and put over the sideline in the end down there. It's come off Holtz and Matt Hill with the throw for Broadmeadow.
As I was saying about the benches, you look at Magic, they've got Chris Berlin and Reece Tippett, Kosen Jin as well. And Edgeworth have Bray Smith, Justin Tannock, Don Bazzari and Lockie Pasquale, who's really come into light this season. So, all of those players could walk into many sides and get a start. So we've got a really strong competitive game here today.
Well, we got a penalty, have we?
A penalty, yeah.
Well, there you go. It was Josh Piddington going up, and going down was Keanu Moore. That's the second time in 2 NPL matches that he has won his side a penalty. What were your thoughts on it there, Blake? Did you think it was a fair and just penalty?
It's soft, but it's a penalty. Like, he's gone straight through him. There was contact. So the referee can't do anything about it. He's got to give it. You can't not give that.
Well, we saw Magic. Their penalty was saved in the under-21s match. So here we go. Stepping up is Bren Hamill. Nathan Archbold. He saved it. Nathan Archbold saves the penalty. And that'll get the Magic fans into the game. It wasn't a bad penalty. It was low to his left and he got down and saved it, a la the German keeper in the Women's World Cup against France yesterday morning. Great save. And it's going to be McLaughlin on the far side with the corner. Whips it in towards the back post. Up they go, and it goes over the back post and way over into the back of the 18, and charging down the right-hand side with Luke Virgili. Ball over the top from Aidan Bryce. Piddington's going across. Knocks it up the ground towards Scott Pettit. Pettit goes back to Casaroli. He's got plenty of space out here on this near side, or the right side. He goes over to Pettit on the left. And the great thing about that save from Archbold was that he didn't he didn't parry it straight back to the penalty taker in Hamill. He just really muffled the shot, and in the end they were able to scramble it over the goal line just for a corner as Bradbury goes back to Pettit. Magic just seem like they have a spring in their step as it comes for Fajkovic. He goes back towards Bradbury, a little bit of miscommunication. Luke Walker muscling there in defence. And Casaroli, Luke Walker getting into his work early on. Is this his first NPL game for the season as far as you know, Blake?
Yes, yeah. It is, which is promising for him and for Edgeworth. He was said to be out for the whole year back at the start of the year when he first did the injury in a trial match. So it's great to have him back. What is it, round 11? So including today, he'll play 7 games this season.
Well, yeah, it's great news. He did that against Dapto Fury in the pre-season trial, and was part of the Eagles' grand final winning side in 2010. It's the ball now to Keanu Moore. Won the penalty, but Hamill couldn't put it away. And Blake, is there any Hamill's put his penalty on target, and Archbold's come up with a wonderful save. I don't think there's much more that you can ask from Brent Hamill, really.
No, it's a really good penalty. It's a great save from Nathan Archbold. So Magic felt like they didn't deserve to concede the penalty, so they'll think that they deserved a save out of it, and Archbold's done really well.
And now ball back stick, back to Pettit. He plays it back to Hoole, who had a shot. It was going wide, but Josh Evans stuck his knee in the way, and it's going over for a corner. So Magic able to apply some pressure. And going over to take this corner is Dan Casaroli. Goes in near post. Saw Peter Haynes score early on against Western from the corner. Casaroli's corner as Hoole puts it in the middle. Piddington tries to control a bit of a heavy touch, and it's been knocked up towards us. On top of the roof, that'll be. That one won't be coming down. And the throw now for Matt Hoole down on this near side. They try and get another ball. A couple of balls on the field now. But the ball sitting on the roof. So they're going to have to grab that one down, I think, at half-time. There's Pettit now. A little back heel towards Hoole. It's been knocked over the sideline again. Haynes goes to Casaroli. Back to Bradbury. Looking for Pettit. Nice close control there from Broadmeadow, but in the end, no result for them. Almost 13 minutes gone here at Magic Park. Broadmeadow and Edgeworth at 0-0. Although an early penalty just a few minutes ago that was saved by Nathan Archbold. He's now over on that far side, going back towards Ben Higgins. Higgins now running on the ball, Ben Higgins. Looking for Pettit, but getting back there was Pat Wheeler, and he clears it up towards halfway, only as far as Piddington. Back across to over there to Vigili. Looks for Peter Haynes, controls nicely. But McLaughlin was there in his pocket to luckily control the ball for Edgeworth. And we've got a few other matches going on this afternoon, Blake, so we'll bring you all the viewers the scores as soon as we have them. Are there any early on in the other games, any goals?
No, I don't have any other games scores as yet, so I'm just going to assume that it's all 0-0. We've got some big games today, as we said. Hamilton versus Adamstown Rosebud. Newcastle Jet Youth taking on Mayland at Cook Square Park. Charlestown City Blues taking on the Jaffers at Lowell Car Oval, and Western hosts South Cardiff at Rockwell Automation Park. And I know that Western's 19s beat South Cardiff 8-2 this morning.
The ball goes over the sideline now, so a throw for Broadmeadow, and since that penalty, it's really been all Broadmeadow down this southern end of Magic Park. Vigili goes to Bradbury. Bradbury now to Casaroli. He's got some pressure over there from Holtz. Casaroli tries to take him on. Holtz does well, stands his ground. Back to Bradbury. Cal Bradbury looking in, and in the end, couldn't find the required target. Of course, he played for the Jaffers in 2014. To Cal Bradbury, Casaroli, back to Piddington. Scored 9 goals this season as Cale Bradbury. Dino Fadjevic next highest for Broadmeadow with 8. And for Edgeworth, Brenton Olazoma with just the 3. Olazoma. Brent Hamill as well with 2. All long headed back towards Keanu Moore. Piddington clearing it up towards the halfway line. Evans heading it across to Wheeler now. And over the sideline. Mentioned before the game, Blake, Edgeworth have won 6 of their last 7. Their only loss in the last 7 games against Western. They started the game with two losses and a win. So 2 out of their first 3 were losses, but those 2 losses were against Hamilton and Broadmeadow. This corner now going the way of Edgeworth.
It's very interesting, isn't it? So they've lost their 3 games to top 5 opposition. Obviously, Magic were top 4 when they took them on. Hamilton also, and Western were, I think, second. So,
well, they've got the job done against the teams that they've had to, so that's good news for Damien Zane as the ball goes back. Stick the header, hits the post, it's scrambled away, and the shot is in the back of the net from Keanu Moore. So Edgeworth get the first goal. They were denied by Archbold in the opening minutes from the penalty spot, but Keanu Moore's shot finds its way through the Broadmeadow defence, and Edgeworth lead by a goal to 0.
Yeah, so the 17th minute, we've already got a goal here at Magic Park. Moore won that penalty that Ben just mentioned, and it was missed by Hamill, so Moore decided to take it upon himself and scores the game's first goal. That goal there means, Ben, that Broadmeadow, again, haven't kept a clean sheet. They haven't kept a clean sheet since their first game against Hamilton, which was a 0 or a draw. And since then, they've conceded at least 1 in every game.
As the ball runs down towards Fadjevic, but over the goal line. Yeah, it must be frustrating for Broadmeadow conceding the first goal here today. They haven't had much confidence the last few weeks, and again, they go down. And last week, of course, they didn't concede a goal. A couple of big wins against. Actually, they did. They conceded 1 goal on the Saturday against South Armidale.
Yeah, which was a penalty.
Yeah. So a couple of penalties in the last week for Broadmeadow. But really, they could be down 2-0 if it wasn't for that penalty. So the Signs they came back into the match after the penalty, and the Signs looked good after that. And then really against the run of play, you'd have to say Edgeworth grabbed the lead. Hayden Bryce now across to Hamill. Brent Hamill trying to go down the right side. Doing well over there is Vigili. Back to Casaroli. Gets the ball to Fadjevic. Tries to stab it through to Bradbury, who gets fouled by Wheeler. And the free kick goes Edgeworth's way. I was having a look at the home and away table during the week. Edgeworth with a great home record. Magic, not great, but they've only played the 4 games. They've had 2 wins, a draw and a loss. So only that 1 loss against Western. As Peter Haynes with the free kick. Fogarty goes up, takes it nicely. And Edgeworth survived that little chance from Broadmeadow as it goes down the left side for McLaughlin as Edgeworth looked to counter-attack. Bradbury came at him. He goes on the inside to Keanu Moore. Ball goes away. Referee playing advantage. And we've got an offside. As Brenton Olzoma charged down the left-hand side. Matt Hoole now. Back to Ben Higgins. So almost 20 gone in the first half. And what have you made of it, Blake, in this one?
It's been a good game so far, hasn't it? I'd like to see both sides start creating a few more chances. I guess they've gotten down in their attacking thirds, and it's broken down, much like Magic did against Hamilton in that game 2 weeks ago. But it's been a good start, and I think there'll be more to come.
Ball now to Scott Pettit, so here's a chance for Broadmeadow. Pettit with space down the right-hand side, cuts it back, and it's been dealt with in the end by Edgeworth, but not fully cleared. Here comes Pettit, still going down the right, and he's going to win inside a corner. Pat Wheeler there with the challenge to come off him, and over the byline. Casaroli running over to take this one. Casaroli now swings it in. Back post, Haynes rises. It's found its way in. Who's claiming it? Peter Haynes looks to be. And Broadmeadow are back in the game. Was it Peter Haynes there, Blake?
Yeah, everyone's running over to Peter Haynes, so we'll say it's his goal. We don't have the replay option here, do we? So we'll call it Peter Haynes' goal.
So Peter Haynes getting another goal. His 6th goal of the season. And Broadmeadow now at 1 apiece with Edgeworth. Ball down the left-hand side. Goes to Archbold in goals, and he goes out to Higgins. So that'll get some confidence back for Broadmeadow. They just seem to sort of lose a little bit of confidence with that goal to Edgeworth, but that'll it was a scrappy goal, but it'll do their confidence a world of good, Blake.
Definitely will. They were never out of the game, but they're really back in it now. 1-1, and anything can happen from here. Both sides will now just be focusing. There's 23 minutes to go in this first half, so both sides will be desperate to take a lead into the break.
He's pet it with a shot. Jim Fogarty with the save. It's going down now. Going down was Olzoma. And free kick for Edgeworth. Played his football with Berkeley Vale last year. And Brenton Olzoma. Evans now on the ball. Looks across to Bran Hamill on that right-hand side. Hamill brings it back to Aidan Bryce on halfway. Looks for a ball down the middle of the ground. Slipping over with Brodie Taylor. Piddington looked long. Aidan Bryce was awake to it. Fajkovic went for a run down the left. Taylor now gets the ball to Hamill. A little chip ball down the line. It's nice. Brodie Taylor getting on the end of it. Taylor putting it, aiming for the middle, and this one sliced off the side over the byline, and it's going to be a goal kick for Nathan Archbold. Lake Macquarie's goalkeeper in 2014, Nathan Archbold. And a great save early on. Bren Hamill's penalty kick to keep it locked at 0-0. But Keanu Moore put it in the back of the net for Edgeworth to make it 1-0. And just a moment ago, Peter Haynes made it 1-1 as Pettit goes down the right, shoulder to shoulder. Magic fans are up, but Wheeler's come away with it. Pettit diving in. Now Dylan Holtz, Matt Houle, Luke Walker diving on it. Now for Haynes, goes to Cale Bradbury off the post. Oh, it was very close. The crowd are getting into it. Cale Bradbury with his shot just offside. Sideline official pulling it up. Crowd didn't think so at all. And Jim Fogarty with the free kick. The temperature just rising a little bit. There's Fogarty now. Looks long. Getting his head under it with Griffiths. Haynes up again. Bit of pinball in the centre circle. Griffiths goes back to Vigili. Haynes intercepted by Luke Walker. And now with Brodie Taylor down the right-hand side. Captain's back on the inside, but he finds Olzoma. And Olzoma goes away to Moore, onto Taylor and back into the middle. Higgins chests it down to Archbold. Did really well there, Ben Higgins, knocking it down to Archbold. And now it's with Matt Houle. Looking over the top for Scott Pettit. Jim Fogarty's flying out. Jim Fogarty's in no man's land, and Edgeworth clear it away. Worrying moments in the last few for Edgeworth. They've struggled at the back. It's a long ball now for Bradbury. Cale Bradbury almost tripping over. He does well to regain his footing. Squares it back for Fajkovic. Good foot in there at the back. I think it was Josh Evans. Comes back to Higgins, and they're playing it back to Luke Vigili on that far side. Piddington back to Vigili. Now Casaroli. Casaroli thumps a pass. Fajkovic couldn't control, and it goes over the byline, and Blake Broadmeadow are just turning the screws. They've turned it up in the last few minutes.
I think you asked me about the 20th minute, 5.5 minutes ago, what I thought of the game, and I said that both sides need to start taking, or creating chances rather. And Broadmeadow have done that, haven't they, in the last 5.5 minutes? They've created a few chances. They scored that goal, then Bradbury just got in behind and hit the post, although he was offside. So they're really starting to dominate this game, Magic, and they'll definitely look to get another goal or as many as they can before halftime, because I want to go into halftime with a lead.
Well, you really expect it from both these sides. I said in the intro about how this is going to be such an attacking style game, and really we hadn't got that up until the last few minutes. He's cutting in off his right is Bren Hamlet's been turned over. Casaroli, still with Dan Casaroli, goes back to Vigili, goes to the middle. Piddington, back to Vigili now. Goes towards Bradbury in the middle. Turned over again. Bren Hamill. Still with Hamill going down the right-hand side. Vigili does well, but it's back for Hamill. Now for Brodie Taylor, putting a nice cross in. But Matt Hill was well positioned in the end. Peter Haynes does well in the end after Pat Wheeler came at him. But it's back for McLaughlin, goes long range. Archibald does well, makes a good save. Good angle we have up there for this shot, for that shot. And Josh Piddington now with it at the back. Vigili now. Going to bring it across to this far side, or this near side for us. Houle. Pettit plays it back to Houle now. Matt Houle looks for Fadjovic, plays it off to Haynes, but Luke Walker just got his foot in. Goes over the sideline, and Magic with the throw. Of course, we mentioned some other crucial games on this afternoon, including that battle between Hamilton and Adamstown, which will be so important to whether Edgeworth, if they get the job done today, if they can get to the top of the ladder. If Hamilton can't get a win there, or a draw. Josh Evans now. Pumped up the ground towards Luke Vigili. Walker, bring it over the top for Keanu Moore. Higgins again. Match just going to a little bit of a lull again, Blake, after we had that few moments as the ball runs down. Higgins, well, hang on, it's been almost turned over at the back. Charging through was Alzheimer. And goes down over the sideline. So match just players just getting a bit of energy back after a few frantic moments a few moments ago.
Yeah, the game's come back down to life, hasn't it?
Josh Evans now across to Dylan Holes. Still with Dylan Holes, squaring it up for Keanu Moore. Keanu Moore trying to get to the 18. Evades a challenge with Piddington. He hits someone, I think, in the head. Calls from handball from Edgeworth. Long range effort. Brodie Taylor with the shot. And it just goes wide.
Is Ben Higgins back there, down there? Yeah, it is. He's obviously taken one to the face. I think it was Pinchin. No, Luke Vigili who tried to clear that one, and it's just gone straight to the face of Ben Higgins, and he's gone down. So there'll be a bit of a break here, and the players can catch their breath on the half-hour mark.
They wouldn't have tickled it. It was belted by Luke Vigili, the clearance. And we've seen a few concussions from that sort of thing. And just checking if he is all right. Ben Higgins with played in four victorious Magic Grand Final winning sides. So you don't get much more successful than that, Blake. He's had a wonderful career. He's up to almost 140 games for Broadmeadow.
Yeah, he's had a great career for Broadmeadow. He's been here for many seasons. He's had 140 games. So, and in an 18-game season, he wouldn't have played every single game. So that's nearly 8 or 9 seasons.
So the goal kick for Archibald now. Going to look, we're just over the 30-minute mark here on Bar TV. 1-1. The goals are Keanu Moore and Peter Haynes. Keanu Moore for Edgeworth, and Peter Haynes replying just a few minutes later for Broadmeadow. Pat Wheeler will try and shepherd this one, and he does well. Scott Pettit was on his tail. So we've just Brendan, our cameraman's just said Ben Higgins has been given the goal. So we'll have to go with that. The ground announcer said it. Peter Haynes they were all going over to celebrate with Peter Haynes. So that was why we were thinking it would be Haynes. So it was a real scramble in the box. And I think the only person that's going to know for sure is the referee, because whoever he wrote down is the player that scored the goal. As it's now with Dino Fajkovic. Luke Vigili now. Bringing it across to his near side, but McLaughlin read it nicely. Goes away to Holtz. Holtz goes to Brody Taylor. Brody Taylor goes for a run, goes inside. Matt Hill clearing it away. And up the ground now, Aiden Bryce goes to Luke Walker. I think Brody Taylor's shirt, I've been watching a few Edgeworth matches that we've done. I swear it's too big for him. They need to get their tailors onto the job, Edgeworth. Get their shirts the right size for their players, because it would slow you down for sure, surely. And it's going to be a throw for Broadmeadow. Blake's gone quiet. He's not going to add anything to that. I've gone off on a big tangent. As now the ball going away is Olzema. With the shot, it goes over the byline. It's going to be a corner kick for Edgeworth. So a bit of pressure now.
Yeah, you'll have to go down there and ask him after the game what he thinks of his shirt.
Well, I should also mention that this is the first game we're going to have a man of the match. So there is a chance if Brody Taylor plays well enough that he might win the man of the match. I've got to still check out what I'm supposed to say for that. The company. Dachshund House, $50 prize to go and Dachshund in German. Okay, so we're getting all nationalities, different flavours, and it's going to be a goal kick. So Dachshund House, $50 meal voucher to go and spend there. So whoever does win man of the match today, the Pork Knuckle Award. So we've got all sorts of great names here on Bar TV as Matt Hool goes back to Ben Higgins. Back to Hool. Higgins again. Now to Peter Haynes. And Archbold clearing across to Luke Vigili, standing over there against the sideline. Casaroli now. Back to Vigili. Griffiths in the middle of the park. Higgins again. So Magic controlling possession now. Matt Hool towards the middle of the park. Getting in there with Pat Wheeler, he did well. McLaughlin. He's got his foot stuck under that one and went up towards Broadmeadow, but they've won it back. Holtz, Luke Walker, and now Brody Taylor. Got some space out there for on the right-hand side for Bren Hamill. Hamill taking it down, Luke Vigili trying to shepherd him, but Hamill takes him on. Hamill cuts it back, Archbold does well. And he's had a good game today, Blake, after probably one of his worst performances against Hamilton, that early goal. But I thought it was, here's Fogarty coming out of his area again. We'll stick with it. It's an offside against Broadmeadow.
That could not have been offside because he was onside when he made the run. I don't know if the linesman's had his flag up before, but the second time it come off an Edgeworth player and went straight back to him. So.
Well, Jim Fogarty's living very dangerously. He's come out twice and hasn't dealt with it. In wonderful fashion. And if Dino Fajkovic had got his foot on the ball, he could have lobbed one over his head, and it could have been 2-1, a cheap goal.
Yeah.
Here's the ball for Pettit after it. Josh Evans just got back there. I thought he was away, Pettit, but Josh Evans just loped back and did well.
Yeah, you're not wrong about Fogarty. He's come out a couple of times, hasn't he? The first time he completely missed it. We'll come back to that because he's got Pettit away down the right-hand side. He's free. Josh Evans is coming across now.
Josh Evans just coming across at the back, and Luke Walker knocks it over the line.
Yeah, the second time he got there comfortably, didn't he? Timed it well, but he just seemed to have frozen because he needs to make a header, and he really didn't have a chance to get any power on it, and it went nowhere, did it? So Magic might look to take advantage of that.
It's going to be Casaroli down to take the corner again, as he's done all day. Goes back towards Haynes. The header from Luke Walker. McLaughlin clears it away. Good clearance with his left boot. And Archbold now outside his 18-yard box. Both keepers not afraid to come outside. It's Griffiths going back. Edgeworth applying a little bit of pressure. Pressure on Archbold as he goes to Piddington now. And now Fashkovic with a shot. Fogarty flying out again. Wow. There was no offside. I thought that has got to hurt Jim Fogarty. He is grabbing at his stomach. That would have winded him big time. And it goes over the byline.
They're having a lot of luck in behind, aren't they? The Magic front two, or the front three, I guess. Pettit has got him behind a few times. Cale has got him once, and then Dino Fajovic there as well. Obviously, he's always going to shoot in that position, but he did have Cale Bradbury to his left. And if he had squared it up to him, it would have been 2-1.
Well, he was very lucky there, Jim Fogarty, because he kept his arms close to his body. If they had have strayed, he would have been off the field, red card, and that wouldn't have been good news for Edgeworth. As Luke Walker now in the midfield goes away and turned over to Griffiths. Griffiths, a little clip from behind from Keanu Moore. And Ben Higgins trying to take it quickly, but it wasn't from the mark. And he's been told to take it back and have it again. So almost 37 minutes gone here on Bar TV. It's round 11 of the NPL in 2015. And it's second, Edgeworth, the away side today, taking on Broadmeadow, who are in fifth. Hoole goes back to Higgins. Pat Wheeler, he's done a mountain of work this afternoon as Pat Wheeler at the back. He's been very solid in defence. As although you were saying before, Blake, Magic have had a lot of luck trying to get through the Edgeworth defence. That's one area where they've seemed to struggle this afternoon.
I think the front three is challenging Edgeworth's back line a little bit with Fajovic and Pettit getting wide. I think it's sucking out their right and left back. I think they've even gone now to 5 at the back if you look here.
Bren Hamill is going to go forward again.
So there must just be a transition thing when in defence, but they seem to be pulling their wide backs fairly wide, and it opens a lot of space in the middle here between Wheeler and Josh Evans. We see another corner for Broadmeadow. Or is that a throw-in corner?
Jim Fogarty saying no, it's a throw-in, but I don't think the ref's going to listen to him. He says no, it's a corner. It was one of those ones where you really need Hawkeye to tell whether it went over the byline or the sideline. So Casaroli, this is the preferred side for the right footer. Casaroli going back post. Piddington's there. He heads it back towards the middle, but there was no one there. And it's cleared away by Brodie Taylor. And now Vigili getting after it. Knocked up the ground towards Olzema. Ben Higgins goes to Hoole. He's under pressure from Holtz. Goes to Pettit. Back to Hoole. Nice ball there from Scott Pettit. And runs down and over the sideline. Scott Pettit in the Jet squad that took on LA Galaxy a few years ago. He didn't play, but he was in the side on the bench. Hoole now. Jim Fogarty comes out and does well on that occasion and throws it quickly over towards Aiden Bryce. There's space over there for Edgeworth's defender. Aiden Bryce cuts it back to Brodie Taylor. Taylor going for a quick run. He goes for a shot. Deflects off Keanu Moore and goes up to Peter Haynes, who goes now to Casaroli. Casaroli forward towards Bradbury. Casaroli turning around. Controls possession. Back to Griffiths. And now for Ben Higgins. Wide to Hoole.
This game's gotten very good, hasn't it? It's really come alive in the last 20 or so minutes.
We knew it was going to be attacking, but yeah, it really has. It's been a great spectacle to watch. As away now is Keanu Moore trying to step back and through the defensive line. He's got some space, Keanu Moore. The Magic players converge on him. They're diving in everywhere, and he's just mesmerising them with some great footwork. Then he goes to ground. Referee says no free kick. They're not happy at all, the Edgeworth players. He did really well, Keanu Moore. But in the end, he just probably ran out of support, and a foul by Casaroli now gives Edgeworth a chance. Bren Hamill scored from further out than this position against South Cardiff, so we'll see what he can do with this free kick, Blake.
It was an absolute cracker, wasn't it?
It was an absolute stunner.
We saw Bar TV shared on Facebook, I saw during the week a similar range that Guy Bates scored back in that round 3 catch-up game in the midweek night game.
Yeah, that was another ripper. So we'll see if Brent Hamill can do the same. He goes top right corner, but just goes wide. It wasn't wide by much at all. And Archbold has the goal kick. It's great to see plenty of goals from those free kicks in good positions, Blake. It's just fantastic to watch. There's Luke Walker. He's added a lot of muscle to Edgeworth today. That's one thing I've noticed. And Magic will win the throw. And I think that's probably something that in the middle of the park, Edgeworth probably have lacked in recent weeks, although they've been winning, so that's all that matters, really.
They've been very composed, I think, in the middle today. Especially Brody Taylor and Keanu Moore going forward have been great for them. And Luke Walker obviously gives them that composure. So he's a big bonus coming back for them today.
Ball now after is Keanu Moore. Try and cut inside. Higgins is there, still with Keanu Moore. And Higgins goes to Casaroli, short ball away. Griffiths steps away from Keanu Moore as he came at him. Higgins across to the far side. Peter Haynes is onto it. Still with Haynes. Composed Peter Haynes. He goes to Bradbury. Just a little bit too far. He couldn't get on the end of it. And Jim Fogarty takes it nicely. And Edgeworth have possession back. Walker. Away to Holtz, ticking down towards half-time. It's been an absorbing contest, this one today. And now across to the left, Luke Vigili. Down the line, Peter Haynes. Still with Peter Haynes. Waiting and checking where he was going to go. He goes to Bradbury. Still with Cale Bradbury. Trying to step away from Brent Hamill, Bradbury. Coming at him was Josh Evans. Nice bit of skill from Josh Evans, getting away from the Magic. The Magic attacking front men as Magic with the shot almost cleans up some kids. They still haven't seen that ball coming. And Fogarty with the goal kick. One thing I am noticing, looking back at Edgeworth's results, is Keanu Moore goes just into the 18 now, plays it back for Brody Taylor, plays it still with Brody Taylor, trying to get around them. Doesn't do so in the end, and it's cleared away to Peter Haynes. Is that they've only kept a couple of clean sheets, and they've conceded one goal in the maximum goals they have conceded is just the one goal. They had a couple of, so I should say they've had the maybe I should change that. Maybe that's wrong, because they were beaten 4-1 by Broadmeadow. So I've just got my stats around the wrong way there. But they have kept the 2 clean sheets of Edgeworth this season. It's cleared over the sideline. And another throw over there for Luke Vigili. And all their wins is put towards Fogarty, back post. He has a total air swing. And Fogarty may have injured himself here. It's his left shoulder. And the referee's calling for the trainer. He's looking a good way here. Is Jim Fogarty. Yeah, I should say Edgeworth with just the 1 clean sheet this year, and that was against Charlestown. Since then they haven't. In all their wins apart from that one in round 1, they've conceded 1 goal. 2-1 against Adamstown, 2-1 Lambton, 4-1 Maitland, 3-1 South Carter, 3-1 against the Jets, and then 2-1 against Charleston in the last match. So conceding 1 goal is what normally happens when Edgeworth get the wins this season. Jim Fogarty looks like he's going to have to come off the ground here, and it's going to be Ben Smith, I'm pretty sure, that's going to come on, the under-22s goalkeeper, if Jim Fogarty is forced from the field. he played in the under-22s game in the 2-1 win for Edgeworth this afternoon. The only goal he did concede, Ben Smith, and that one was a deflected shot. So, have you heard of Ben? Have you seen Ben Smith playing much play?
I think he's been around at Edgeworth for a while. Yeah, he's been at Edgeworth for a while. They're one of their old first-grade goalkeepers. So he's got a lot of experience at this level, so he'll be able to come out here and do the job today for Edgeworth, I assume.
Well, we'll just try and see if we can have a look down there. There's Ben Smith. We'll see if we can spin around the camera. He's just having a little bit of a dance around, a bit of a warm-up. Number 24 down there on halfway, doing his stretches before he comes out on the ground. That's a blowdown for Damien Zane and his men. He's not going to need the stretcher. Looks like it could be a collarbone. That's what I'm. Well, I'm not a doctor, and I don't plan to be, so I'm not going to say definitely the collarbone, but just the way the arm's in the sling, it sort of looks a bit like it.
Just while we have this break, I've got no updates on Twitter about other scores, and I don't have anyone sending me through messages today, but I've got a little Twitter account called soccerpro.com that does some live scores, and they're saying that Hamilton opened the scoring at Darling Street, but it's now 1-1 in that game between Hamilton and Adamstown, and at half-time of the Charlestown and Jaffers game, Leamington are up 1-0.
Probably expected there, that scoreline for Lambton. Throw down the line. Luke Walker goes to Alzheimer, now for Keanu Moore. Casaroli goes square, back towards Peter Haynes. Didn't get on the end of it. And across for Brent Hamill now. So we've gone almost 48 minutes in the first half, so there would have been a fair bit of stoppage time that would be added on for that Jim Fogarty injury. About 4 or 5 minutes, but you'd expect that this will probably be close to the last play of the half. Referee with the whistle close to the mouth, and now with Casaroli back to Peter Haynes, diving in. Free kick. Well, free kick goes Peter Haynes' way, and they play it on quickly here, Broadmeadow. It's with Casaroli. Casaroli goes to Bradbury. Tries to backheel it towards Fadjkovic. And that is all she wrote in the first half here at Magic Park. It's Broadmeadow and Edgeworth all locked up at 1 goal apiece. And Blake, what was your summary on that first 45 minutes?
I think it's been a very good game so far. The first 15 minutes were a bit slow, and there was a 5-minute patch around the 25-minute mark. It was a little bit slow as well, but all in all, it's been a great game so far. I'll just run through the major talking points. In the 8th minute, there was a penalty as Josh Pennington took down Keanu Moore. In the 9th minute, that penalty was taken, and Nathan Archibald saved as Brent Hamill shot to the bottom right. In the 15th minute, I didn't actually write that one down, so I think it was about the 15th minute. Keanu Moore received the ball at the edge of the 18-yard box and slotted the left foot shot into the bottom left-hand corner. Ben Higgins, we've been told, scored the goal in the 21st minute in that little scrap for the back of the net, pouncing on a loose ball following that corner. In the 24th minute, we saw Cal Bradbury hit the post with a one-on-one, but he was offside anyway, so it didn't matter. And in the 36th minute, Dino Fadjovic ran onto a through ball, hit his one-on-one straight at Fogarty. So it was a very good half. I know sometimes it takes me about 60 or 70 minutes to fill up the notepad, the first page of the notepad with match highlights, but I got it done in 36 minutes today. The first page was taken up, so there's a lot happening here at Magic Park.
Well, yeah, it is half time, and we are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back out here for the second half in just a tick. We'll just have a word from the sponsors.
This is for the players. For those that leap into battle in the blink of an eye. For the drivers that compete for their club, no matter where they are. everyone who has triumphs, tips and tricks to share.
And for those who love to play with complete freedom, this is for the game changers, the innovators. This is for the players. This is PS4.
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.
Sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
Swimming, basketball,
Netball,
and athletics.
you'll see this logo.
it's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
And you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence. Australia's
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes. Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars. You could have all you ever wanted, shoot the moon and reach for Mars. You know you could.
This is for the players. For those that leap into battle in the blink of an eye. For the drivers that compete for their club, no matter where they are. For everyone who has triumphs, tips and tricks to share.
play with complete freedom. This is for the game changers, the innovators. This is for the players. This is PS4.
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.
Sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
Swimming, basketball,
Netball,
and athletics.
you'll see this logo.
it's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
And you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence. Australia's leading
So Edgeworth already back out for the second half, and Broadmeadow haven't come out yet. So they're making the visitors wait. Just that change. So Jim Fogarty's left the park. He won't be back. Ben Smith has gone into goals, and we were just having a chat with Mitch Hughes from NBN. Blake. He was giving us a rundown on Ben Smith about how he was the former Edgeworth first grade keeper. He went away a couple of years ago to an interstate job, and has since come back and is back in town. But Jim Fogarty's taken over the first grade goalkeeping position. And the other thing was that he came through the ranks with Brad Swancott. So he's had a distinguished career as Ben Smith. So they probably don't lose much with him in goals. So we're underway now, second half action. Across to the right now. Goes back for Aidan Bryce. Looks up the park. Piddington gets his foot in. Luke Walker stabbing it down towards the corner. And Luke Vigili now. Goes to Piddington and across the back line to Ben Higgins. Still with Higgins. Running across the ground and to the right for Matt Hoole. Playing it down the line towards Scott Pettit. Runs down and over the sideline, a throw down there for Aaron McLaughlin. And Blake, I'm just checking the messages, the comments on the stream this afternoon. I swear our viewers love Lockie Pasquale. We've got a bring on Lockie Pasquale from Jonty Carlin. So great to have you your company this afternoon, Jonty, watching this one this afternoon. Of course, Luke Walker being back in the side has pushed Lockie Pasquale back to the bench, and I'd expect he'd have to come on at some stage this afternoon as Casaroli goes back to Vigili. How impressed have you been with his performances this year, Blake?
Very, Ben. Very. He's made his debut in the FFA Cup game in that 5-0 win over South Cardiff, and he definitely didn't look out of place. And he really made that centre midfield spot. He's obviously Luke Walker coming back, nudges him out as you said, but definitely expect to see him back playing a big part in Edgeworth's season.
He was playing in the number 6 as well while Luke Walker was out, so he's back 31 on his back this afternoon. And they can only make 2 changes now, Edgeworth, so that is a bit of a pain for them. They've got Josh Carroll, Aaron Pritchard, Liam O'Reilly, Liam Spurway, Brady Carr. Sorry, they're out. I'm reading from the wrong column. As the ball goes back post, Bryce trying to clear it away. I'll go through that again and try and get it right. Bray Smith Justin Tannock, Dom Bazzari, Lockie Pasquale, Ben Smith. That is a strong bench, so it'll be interesting. I doubt Bray Smith will come on, but I'm thinking Justin Tannock and Dom Bazzari, Lockie Pasquale were probably the three that were going to come on. But now that Ben Smith has had to go out for Fogarty, it's going to just mix up things a little bit for Edgeworth. Casaroli on the ball, it goes back, and free kick going the way of Edgeworth. Early stages in the second half, about almost 48 minutes gone. Wheeler played it across to Holtz. Matt Hoole getting his foot in. Olsema with the header. Free kick given to Broadmeadow. Just as we were getting a bit of a flow on in the game, and just a stop-starty free kick. Bit of tennis going on this afternoon, I can see from the commentary box up here at Broadmeadow. Beautiful afternoon for sport. It's really a precinct of sport here in Newcastle. Magic Park, the Hunter Stadium just behind us, the tennis centre, the hockey centre as well. Here in Broadmeadow. Broadmeadow with Ben Higgins at the back here.
Yeah, then just over the hill you got the race course, don't you? And across the road from that is Darling Street Oval. And
I've forgotten about the race course. Play touch footy there on a Monday night, so as well as our race course, it doubles as touch footy field. So plenty of stuff going on around this area. Yeah, Darling Street, as you said, Blake, and the basketball courts. I've forgotten about them as well. So if you love sport, here's John Grivis. Broadmeadow's the place to be. As now it's with Brendan Hamill going down the right-hand side. He's got some space. He's got Brodie Taylor making a run down the line. Taylor does well. Still with Brodie Taylor holding it on. Goes towards the middle, back to Olsoma. Matt Hill closes his legs quickly. He did well to stop it going through. Vigili. Looks like he's got a ripped shirt there. Or is that just a magic? I think Luke Vigili's got a ripped shirt. There's maybe been a little bit of push and shove earlier in the first half that we didn't see. And it's going to be a corner kick for Edgeworth. So a chance for them.
It's going to be Aaron McLaughlin to come along and take this one, whip it in with his left foot in towards Nathan Archibald's goal.
So perfect for the left footer for Archibald. So McLaughlin with that left foot. Whips it in towards, header. Josh Evans came flying in. I think he hit him on the back of the neck there and up and over the goals. Tried to get it on the side of the head.
He scored a couple of goals from headers this year. I think the last time these two sides played back in round 3, scored from a header, and he got one against the Jaffers at home in the game that we did as well.
Yes, he did. I remember that one. I was trying to remember what game he did score on that we had, but yeah, you're right. It was that game against Lambton. Now it's in. Keanu Mora has a shot. It's going to go past the back stick. Yeah, good chance there for Keanu Moore. Just couldn't get it on target.
Yeah, you asked me at half-time while we were having that little break who would my players play be of the game so far, and I think he hasn't lit the world on fire, Keanu Moore, but he's been in the thick of the action. He's won a penalty, scored a goal, and he's that little dazzling run he made where he beat about 3 players in the first half, and he's had a lot of chances. So I think he's my player of the game so far.
Yeah, the Dashund House, is that right? Dashund House. That's where we're our Man of the Match award. The Pork Knuckle Award this afternoon. Got some Man of the Match $50 voucher. It runs towards Ben Smith. He clears it up towards halfway, and we've got a free kick going Magic's way. So the Dutch Hund House, great to have their support this year on Bar TV, putting some money towards the Man of the Match award. And I'm sure whoever wins it this afternoon will be very pleased to go and spend that voucher there. So fantastic to have them on board as the ball goes through. Dino Fatry will sit up. Josh Evans just got there in time, and it's a throw. Magic on the attack. Matt Hoole going over to take the throw. Poole now goes away to Scott Pettit. Pettit goes towards Fajkovic with her handball from Aiden Bryce. Broadmeadow thought it was. In the end, referee not giving any penalty or free kick. Put back in the path of Luke Walker and across to Matt Hoole. And now a long ball looking for Piddington's head. He couldn't quite get there. And it is going to just be a goal kick for Ben Smith in goals. And Blake, talking about the competition, South Cardiff, Charlestown and Maitland. Maitland, all those three sides really need to get points in the next few weeks if they want to keep touch with the top 7 sides. Adamstown they're also starting to get a gap back to the Jets. 5 points between 6th and 7th on the ladder now.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition down the bottom there, isn't it? It's very tight, but Maitland at home we're up 1-0 over the Jets at half time. So that will benefit them. And Western and Southie were 0-all at half time.
Well, we've spoken a lot about, we've got an offside here, and it's going to be a free kick to Magic. Blake, we spoke a lot about how we thought Maitland, they'd started the season really slowly, and we thought that that as their players started to gel, they got a lot of recruits, that they'd start to win a few matches late in the season. And they're starting to do that now, starting to get some positive results.
Aren't they ever? It's very unfortunate for them. They've lost Justin Broadley, one of their big name players for the rest of the season. Talking to their coach, Reece Thompson, he said he's been the heart and soul of the club for the last 12 years and he'll be a big loss. But they've signed Ryan Clark from, let me just get my notes up here, from Western Australian side. I think it's Inglewood. Let me find the notes. But yes.
I read that midweek in the paper that Maitland had signed another player to replace Broadley.
Yep, it's Inglewood. He's an attacking midfielder and he was the second leading goal scorer for the Western Australian comp last year. He scored 14 in 20 matches, one short of David Macheski, who was the top scorer. And he was the club's, his side's top scorer by a long way. Usually he'd have to wait to come into the player point system.
Well, here's a ball for Keanu Moore. They just got their feet in there, Broadmeadow. Stopped the chance. Go back to you, Blake. It's interesting here that Western Australian League, I'd like to know what the quality is like compared to the Northern New South Wales area of the comp as this cross goes over the byline.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I've never watched it or anything. I don't remember the FFA Cup sides from NPL West last season.
If you're leading the scoring, if you're the leading scorer, you're going to be of some sort of quality.
Especially when you're an attacking midfielder, not even a striker, which is just amazing. But as I was saying, usually you have to wait for the player point system window to open up on July 6th. But because Broadley will miss the rest of the year, they've brought Clark in as his replacement. Maitland have also made a couple of good signings. Robert Ambaghetti's back in the Northern New South Wales NPL, but they're waiting for an international transfer clearance with him. And I'm assuming he'll have to wait till July 6th. And they've got Anthony Richards back on deck, the old Adamstown Rosebud and Maitland coach. He will be the assistant for Reece Thompson, and Thompson said he'll be a big game because when Reece Thompson started coaching, it was actually under the guidance of Anthony Richards. So good things happening out there at Maitland.
Yeah, great news to hear all that going well. And as we look at Maitland, free kick to Magic, we look at South Cardiff as well. It's been a really disappointing season for them in more ways than one, and probably the most disappointing is the injury list. It just keeps getting bigger. They're not getting any luck whatsoever, and it must be so frustrating.
Yeah, they got Matt Darr back this week, but they're still missing a big host of players out there at Southie. In the last 2 games, not including today, they've conceded 5 and 4.
Good save there from Ben Smith. The free kick from Scott Pettit as Piddington goes back, falls over. Free kick to Magic.
Yeah, no, and they haven't scored one, so 0-all out there, which is a better sign for them. But it was 0-all in their 4-0 loss to Maitland, so that doesn't really mean anything, does it? Just going back to that Maitland and Jets game, it was Matt Thompson that scored the goal. So They've
coming into some good form of late as Matt Thompson.
Jets Twitter account informed us with that one, labelling him a Jets great. So
he's a put in Pettit near stick and headed away. Yeah, so those other games this afternoon, we had a 1-1 scoreline from Hamilton and Adamstown as Brodie Taylor went down the right side, squaring it back for Keanu Moore. Just couldn't get enough on the pass. It goes back for Holes. Holes long range. Archbold gets down and does well there. So Maitland up 1-0 against the Jets. 1-1 was the last score we got, Hamilton and Adamstown. Lambton were up 1-0 against Charleston in the score we had there. And of course, long range, Peter Haynes testing out Ben Smith. And 0-0 South Cardiff and Western. And here at Magic Park, it's 1-1 as well.
Good to see in the under-22s, South Cardiff beat Western 6-3. So a high-scoring day out there at Rockwell Automation Park. There's 10 goals in the first game and 9 in the second. So hopefully some goals pick up in first grade.
With the yellow card going the way of Alzheimer. Referee going to write it down in his book. And Magic getting a lot of free kicks in the last few minutes. Edgeworth just with a bit of ill discipline. First yellow card of the afternoon. Ben Higgins standing over it.
Got an update from Darling Street Oval. Hamilton have gone up 2-1.
So Hamilton with a 2-1 lead at home as it's put back towards Luke Walker. Now for Pat Wheeler down the left-hand side. There is so much space in this game. It's been a very good one to watch. Plays it down the line. Goes to Holtz. Holtz looking for Alzheimer. It hits him on the heel. It's unlucky. And jumping up was Brodie Taylor. Bradbury looking across the back. Bryce just got the foot in. Down on this near side. Going down this right-hand side is Bren Hamill. Hamill going down. A little bit of a push from Fajkovic. And it's going to be a free kick for Edgeworth. Luke Vigili remonstrating with the referee. He's not impressed. And Brent Hamill is going to stand over it. Brent Hamill goes near stick. Piddington will eat those up for breakfast all day and goes out for Scott Pettit. He's looking for Bradbury. Been unlucky, Carl Bradbury. Ball hasn't found him on that occasion. Alzheimer, can he get a foot in? He does. But it was such a tough angle in the end. And it goes over the byline. Still no substitutions made by Broadmeadow. Though it is fairly early on in the second half. Just about just over 60 minutes gone in this one. Up they go now. Keanu Moore stepping and turning. Goes back to Luke Walker. Down the line for Brodie Taylor. Taylor challenging Griffiths. Crowd like that one. And it's going to be a throw down for Edgeworth. Came off Griffiths. Hamill goes back to Bryce, and now for Evans. Evans to Moore. Still with Moore. Now to this near side for Hamill. Hamill taking on Luke Vigili. I think that was John Griffiths on this near side. Brent Hamill took on. Throw goes in towards Piddington, who heads it away. Taylor diving in with Griffiths. Here's a free kick to Edgeworth. Are we going to see our second yellow card? We are. He goes to the pocket. And Griffiths gets his first yellow card of the afternoon. And the second overall. So first yellow card for Broadmeadow. And the second one in the afternoon. The first one going to Edgeworth. I'm trying to remember the number plate. Just a couple of minutes ago was Alzheimer. Brenton Alzheimer with the first yellow card. And Bren Hamill, here we go. Another chance on the free kick. Archbold bouncing around. He's already saved the penalty. Hamill goes. Oh! Well, he had Archbold beaten.
Pretty much exactly the same as the first one in the first half, wasn't it? That nearly went in the top right-hand corner, and Archie didn't really move. I don't know if he thought he knew it was missing, or he just was didn't see it. It was beaten, but
Well, he'll say at the end of the match he thought it was going wide. Well, if he makes a couple of great saves in the last half an hour of this one, he might get our man of the match award. As Vigili goes away to Casaroli. And now for Haynes, because as we've said, he already saved the penalty. Luke Walker. I really didn't think there was much in that at all. Peter Haynes went down as if he was given a big shove in the back by Walker.
They're always yellow cards, those ones when they run over halfway. They've got a bit of space in front of them. There's only the back four to go on, and a midfielder takes them down. It's always a yellow card.
So Ben Higgins is going to step up and take this one. So the yellow card's starting to mount up now. It's always good when the yellow cards start to mount up, because then players have to think twice about diving in, and you get a bit more of a flowing game. As Higgins looking back post. Piddington was there, Smith also. And it's been put over the goal line by Luke Walker. Safety first, but Broadmeadow again on the attack. This afternoon at Magic Park, we've gone 63 minutes and 17 seconds. It's Broadmeadow and Edgeworth all locked up at 1-1. In round 2, these sides last met, and it was a 4-1 win. A 4-1 win that went the way of Magic. As Vigili with a shot. I think it's been blocked by Edgeworth's defence. I don't think it quite got to Smith. Here's Casaroli putting it in. Back post Piddington. Got 4 men on him. It comes back. Fajkovic hits it. Would have hurt Luke Walker. Vigili moving it in near post. Smith lets it go straight over and into the side netting. And a goal kick will be the result for him. I should say it was round 2, but I think it was played as the for Edgeworth, this match against Broadmeadow. Yeah, actually, it was round 3 because it was the only match that was played in round 3. This one, I should say, it wasn't round 2.
It was a Friday night, that one. And just over there at Darling Street Oval, it's goals galore, 2-2. Adamstown have just equalised.
So the same score that we had back in round 3. Holtz, he get to the 18. He's spinning, he's crawling over the ball. Keanu Moore with a shot. And Nathan Archbold with the save. Well, just got down quickly there to Nathan Archbold. Dylan Holtz was crawling over the ball, protecting it, and it sat up for Keanu Moore, and he has pulled the trigger, and Nathan Archbold got down and made a good save. Back to Piddington. Onto this near side now. Vigili going back. Piddington going all the way back now for Archbold. Goes off to Higgins. Higgins now to Casaroli. Matt Hoole squares it up for Pettit. It's been turned over now. Edgeworth with some space. Here's Olzima. Still with Olzima cutting inside. Goes away to McLaughlin. Aaron McLaughlin with a shot. And Ben Higgins just got there to block it. Magic fans went silent.
Edgeworth are really starting to get a handle on the game, aren't they? They've had a few chances in the last couple of minutes and really dominating the field position.
How many more goals do you think the game's got, Blake?
I'm going to say 3. 3 more goals. There's 23 and a half minutes to go, so I reckon this game's going to explode to life soon.
Still no substitutions from either side apart from that Ben Smith coming on for Jim Fogarty with the injury. Came off pretty much right on half-time, that injury for Jim Fogarty. Goes towards the middle for Piddington now. Goes to Casaroli. Hoole forward. Looking for Cale Bradbury, but Luke Walker got there. Higgins now for Hoole again. Hoole to Haynes. Plays it through for Cale Bradbury. Is he quicker than Evans? Cale Bradbury just couldn't get there. And on the ball is Josh Evans. He's done very, very well. One of the best holding midfielders in the competition is Josh Evans, and he's showing it right there. Some great backtracking and defensive skills. Snuff out the danger that Cale Bradbury looked like he was going to outrun him. Got his body in the way and saved the day there for Edgeworth. Throw up the line. Evans looks across to Holtz. Plenty of space for him. He's got McLaughlin on his left, but he's also got Olzoma. Olzoma with the shot. Another great defensive effort from Ben Higgins. Well, he's putting his body on the line. This Broadmeadow defence are putting their body on the line all the time. I think that's twice Ben Higgins has saved the day for Broadmeadow.
Yeah, he's been very composed too. He'd be another player for contender for your player of the game. He's been quality today, Ben Higgins. As you said, putting his body on the line. He went down. Oh, sorry, as we go there. Was that Josh Evans? No, it was Aiden Bryce that time with the same sort of thing that Josh Evans did, heading the ball into his back or his shoulder and it going over the bar. But yeah, Ben Higgins, as I said, he went down. He copped the ball to the face in that first half, but he's been great here today. And Magic's defence and Archbolding goals have really stood strong.
So we've also got another comment regarding the other scores for the other matches. I'll just go through what we know. Maitland 1-0 over the Jets. Hamilton and Adamstown at 2-2. Lambton 1-0 over Charlestown. And Western and South Cardiff locked at 0-0. So we'll tell you if there's any changes in that one. Now it's with Hamill. Across to the left for McLaughlin. Walker looking over the top. Olzema, can he get on the end of it? Still with Olzema. Oh, Ben Higgins again. Well, that's 3 in the last 5 minutes from Ben Higgins, saving goal-scoring opportunities. And I'll tell you what, he's up the top for me for man of the match so far in this game.
Yeah, just finished giving him a wrap, and we could easily give him another one, but we'll keep going with the plays. Luke Virgili and Brody Taylor having a little contest, and Luke Virgili wins a free kick there. Going to be a substitution as well, I think. Yeah, number 21, Ko Senjin, is about to come on for Broadmeadow, and it's Scott Pettit, the right winger, coming off. Also got Reece Tippett down here in front of us, running up and down the sidelines, warming up, so expect to see him come on fairly soon.
Just coming up to the 70-minute mark. Ko Sang-hin injected into the game. He played in the third-tier Japanese league last year, so that's where he has come from. Vajkovic going over the top. It's a good buy for Broadmeadow. Ko Sang-hin, and he's been pretty good this year for them. There's Hoole now putting it back towards Ben Smith. He had to backtrack pretty quickly. And he took it nicely above his head.
It would have been pretty concerned there with Josh Piddington running at him as well. That's never a good sight for a defender or a goalkeeper.
Well, there's been plenty of players coming from Asia over to the NPL this year. Of course, Lambton with a player, South Cardiff as well.
And Adamstown have just signed...
that was the other one I was thinking of.
A Korean boy, I think... I can't remember his name. It might be Sung Tae, maybe.
I think there's definitely a Tae.
Yeah,
Sung Tae.
he was. He
I
came
can't
off
think of his nickname because there's Frankie, there's Dougie.
Yeah, he came off the bench in the first FFA Cup game against Valentine, and he absolutely dominated them. I know it was a tired Valentine side. They've been out on their feet from contesting against Adamstown the whole game, but he was absolutely quality. He got himself a start the next day, and yeah, he's very good signs for Adamstown with him. He's a great signing, but he won't be. He, like the rest of the signings, won't be able to play until the weekend following the July 6th player point system window opening. That's when he'll be able to play.
I think the FFA Cup separate to the NPL. There was some sort of
Yeah, you're allowed to play in the FFA Cup, just not the NPL.
Piddington, straight and hard, but Luke Walker was standing in the path. Casseroli and Walker grabbing hold of each other, the two number 6s. They're looking for Bradbury, but Josh Evans gets on the end of it. Still with Josh Evans. So no goals since midway through the first half when Peter Haynes / Ben Higgins scored, but it comes back to Keanu Moore, and guess who? It's Ben Higgins again on the ball, stealing it again from Edgeworth.
Just have to say that was super work there from Josh Evans coming out of the back. He's really composed. He's a former centre midfielder. He moved back to the back at the start of this season. And that outside of the foot through ball was absolutely perfect, and it started that attack, and Edgeworth probably should have gone on and probably should have scored. They had a 3-on-2 there.
So the free kick to Broadmeadow, they play it on quickly. Luke Pagilli down this left-hand side. Going towards Fadjkovic down the left, but didn't get on the end of it. Taylor, deflection towards Luke Walker. As much as it's been end-to-end this game, it's been very much an arm wrestle. Here's Keanu Moore. It's been an entertaining arm wrestle. Neither side quite able to get that clear-cut chance on goal. Ben Higgins has snuffed out plenty in the last few minutes for Edgeworth. If it wasn't for him, I think Magic could be down at least 4 or 5-1.
You're not wrong. He's had a really good day at the back there. I think they all have, apart from Pittington giving away that penalty. They've been great today. The back 5 of Magic, the 4 defenders and the goalkeeper.
And here is Hamill, stabbing it towards the back post. The header, I think it came off Edgeworth. It has, and it's going to be another goal kick.
Just around the grounds, Lambton have gone ahead 2-0 against Charlestown, and both sides are going to make substitutions here. It's going to be Don Bazari coming on for Edgeworth, and Dylan Hole's coming off, and Peter Haynes is coming off for Broadmeadow, and Chris Berlin's replacing him.
So Chris Berlin goes onto the ground. So see if Magic can just turn up a little bit of attack here.
Just a correction, Charlestown actually scored as well, so it's 2-1 in that game, the Jaffers against Charlestown.
Archbold with the goal kick downfield. Edgeworth's away record last season wasn't fantastic. Away from home. And this season they've sort of resurrected it. They have won 4 of their last 14 away from home of the Eagles. Although 3 of those came this year, so before this season it was something like 1 of their last 9. Here's Bradbury with a shot. Ben Smith sits on it. It's an interesting way to save the ball, and it does the job. Both goalkeepers, since that opening flurry, couple of goals in 5 minutes, have done well at the back. It's Brody Taylor down the right-hand side. It's gone over the sideline. Sideline official with the flag up.
It's a nice breeze coming through up here, isn't there? I don't know what it's like down on the ground, but up here it's nice and chilly.
Crowd getting into it down there. Magic Faithful just below us. Ball almost comes up to join us in the commentary box. These two sides have met 36 times, I believe, in the last 20 years. And Magic, there's not many sides that would have a positive record against Broadmeadow. Edgeworth 20 wins, Magic 12 and 4 draws.
And 2 of those wins came last year in 2014. Round 8, Edgeworth defeated Broadmeadow 4-1, and in round 17 they beat them 2-0.
So will it be the 5th draw between these two sides? And if it stays the same, it will be. Here's a ball towards Fadjkovic, trying to hold him off is Pat Wheeler, and Ben Smith thanks him for doing that because he can dive on the ball without being under duress from Fadjkovic. Breathing down his neck, and Smith slices this one down towards Hamill. Goes over the sideline.
We've got Reece Tippett down here. Got Reece Tippett down here standing with Rob Virgili, and he's about to make his way onto the field, and we'll just see who it is to come off. It's Dino Fadjovic coming off, so Reece Tippett will go up front.
So the two veterans now on for Broadmeadow, Reece Tippett as well as Chris Chris Berlin. Chris Berlin a little bit more of a veteran than Reece Tippett. Played his 1998 to 2003 at Exeter, 2004 with Exmouth, 2005 with Horn, 06 to 2010 with Western, and since 2011 he's been with Magic as Reece Tippett. He's got a very distinguished resume there.
He made a very good name for himself at Western as a really good goal scorer. So
he was the man of the match in the 2008 NBN State League. Sorry, I should say 2008 NBN State League. He was the Player of the Year, and at Exeter, and he played with Exeter between 1998 and 2003. He played with current Crystal Palace left back Dean Moxley. Goes back towards the corner, and this one has been cleared up and over the sideline. So Magic with a little bit of pressure. Edgeworth were pressing a few moments ago. They had some good chances. Ben Higgins snuffed them out, and since then, match again sort of into a bit of a lull. Just need a goal to sort of liven things back up again. Higgins slices this one over the sideline. FFA Cup, as you spoke about in the first half, Blake, kicking off on the 28th of July, so 28th of next month, end of next month, and Tuesday and Wednesday nights. And the draw on Wednesday that goes back to Bazzari. Don Bazzari's come onto the pitch, pulls the trigger, it smacks into the boards at the back of the ground. Another goal kick for Nathan Archbold. Higgins looks up the ground. And Ko Sang-hin will control it nicely, Ko Sang-hin. He does really, really well to keep control of the ball. But in the end, he's turned it over, and Pat Wheeler has it. Comes off the leg of Cale Bradbury over the sideline. Bazzari with the throw. Played his 2014 football in Italy. Went over there for a year. Luke Walker puts one over the top. Matt Hoole now. Back to Higgins. Griffiths. Still with Griffiths. Keanu Moore coming at him. Matt Hoole. Goes to Ko Sang-hin. He's got Cale Bradbury on his right. Cale Bradbury. Can he put a ball in? He goes back post. Well defended by Hamill. Griffiths tried to get there. He was given a little push by Keanu Moore. Well, he thought so. And his ball through was intercepted there by Broadmeadow, and it's with Casaroli. Sang-hin goes across to Hoole. Lovely ball from Sang-hin. Wheeler dove in. Hoole now puts his foot under it, looking for Chris Berlin. It was too high over the back post, and Brent Hamill looks up the line. As Taylor turns it over. Josh Piddington on the ball. Piddington to Sang-hin. Tried to do a little bit of a tricky move. In the end, it didn't work too well. And I didn't know if he was trying to do a little bit of flick around or he was trying to leave it for Bradbury. He's back for Hoole, Higgins, and now for Ko Sang-hin. And up for Cale Bradbury, Broadmeadow. Now for Casaroli. It's been good as always this afternoon, Dan Casaroli, and this one runs down towards Chris Berlin on the sideline. Back to Casaroli in the middle. Done plenty of running today. Casaroli goes long range. That one has gone over the goals by a long way. And Blake, have we got any scores from the other grounds?
Not yet. Still, I've got 2-1 at Charlestown with Langton leading. 0-0 at Rockwell Automation Park between Western and South Cardiff. 2-2 at Darling Strait Oval between Hamilton and Adamstown. And 1-0 at Cook Square Park, Maitland over the Jets Youth.
Casaroli goes back to Sang-hin. Can Maitland hang on? They were beaten 4-2 back in round 3 in the weather catch-up match by the Jets. So that'll feel good if they can get the win there. Taylor and Piddington shoulder to shoulder, and the referee gives the free kick. Gives the free kick the way of Edgeworth. Aiden Bryce is going to take it. not going to take it. He's going to give it to Hamill. Cross now to Bazzari. Bazzari putting it into the middle. Alzheimer can't get there. He ran into the back of Piddington and went down. Referee said nothing doing. Hoole, still on Matt Hoole. Goes to Sanghin. Goes for Bradbury. It runs over the sideline on that far side of the field. And Edgeworth are going to try and attack again. McLaughlin gets away from Higgins. Higgins gets his foot there. The clearance is missed. Ricochets off John Griffiths' clearance off Keanu Moore and back to the goalkeeper in Nathan Archbold.
Just got word through the Ben that Leamington Jaffers have gone ahead 3-1 against Charlestown.
We'll put it back in the middle. Chris Berlin got his foot stuck under it. And then the follow-up couldn't get enough on it. He scored plenty of goals last week, Chris Berlin. Just couldn't get that one away. They've gone very close there, Broadmeadow. Pushing up, looking for the winner against Edgeworth. You can smell the blood in the water, but it's been turned over. Now Edgeworth with a chance. Olzema, he's got Keanu Moore on the inside. Still with Keanu Moore, gets around the Gilly. Free kick. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. It's going to be a yellow card to Vigili. Didn't really look like he touched him that much, but may have just been a little clip. It was enough to bring him to ground. And a really nice position for Brent Hamill now to put Edgeworth in front. And I've just seen on Facebook, we've got some comments. Jaffers 3-1 over Jaffers 3-1 over Charlestown. So here we go, Brent Hamill. Is he going to try and place it or blast it? We saw Danny Ireland stand when Nathan Archbold is on the right-hand side of goals when he had one. As here's the shot, he goes for the blast. Back to Bazzari. His first touch was too heavy. Sanghin on the ball. He's been pulled from back by Bazzari. And Piddington's going to take it quickly. Bring it across to the left. He's too much on it. It goes over the sideline. Reece Tippett unable to get there. Now Ko Sang-hin going over the top. So if you've got any suggestions on man of the match, just put it below in the comments section of the stream. It'd be great to have your input this afternoon. It's Edgeworth going across the ground. Taylor, a good foot in there. And Magic away down the right-hand side with Bradbury. Still with Carl Bradbury, puts it through for Tippett. He's been pulled out on the angle, Reece Tippett. Goes after it again. He's under pressure from Bazzari. He's got Matt Hill coming up in support now. Magic really putting the pressure on Edgeworth now. Still with Hoole. He's got Wheeler around him. He goes back to Tippett. Tippett cuts it in. And Luke Walker controlled it, and it's going to be a throw now for Broadmeadow. Into the final 5 minutes of the game. This game has gone really quickly, Blake. That's one thing as Justin Tannock comes on.
Yeah, it's Brenton Olzema that went off there.
Brenton Olzema, of course, on a yellow card, so probably a good move there from Damien Zane. I've just checked the clock, 40 minutes, and it was 25 minutes just a few moments ago, it seems to me. This game has been a really good one to watch as it goes back to Hoole. Hoole whipping it in. Reece Tippett looking to get there, but getting just in the way, I believe, was Josh Evans. And we've got a yellow card coming out for Piddington. Challenge on Brodie Taylor.
Interesting to see today. One player that's not, that we haven't mentioned is Mike Finlayson, so I have to find out where he is today and what he's.
I know he's injured. I saw it in the paper midweek, but I know he's definitely injured. Mike
there you
Finlayson.
go.
And it is the free kick. Hayden Bryce goes square across the ground. Pat Wheeler. So can either of these two sides grab a late winner? The last game we had at Magic Park, it was Western, the visitors, who got a late winner, Jake Milstead, with the goal. Aaron McLaughlin. Matt Hoole also there. McLaughlin down the left-hand side. Comes down to the byline and over again. A lot of corners being sliced over the byline by both. A lot of crosses have been sliced over the byline by both sides this afternoon. And another goal kick for Nathan Archbold. So 3 losses in a row for Broadmeadow. And 1-1 at the moment. At home against Edgeworth. Into the final 2.5 minutes. Now with Keanu Moore, he's got McLaughlin across on the left, unmarked. He finds Aaron McLaughlin. Can he win it for Edgeworth? He has Aaron McLaughlin with a shot. And it's heartbreak for Broadmeadow at home again. Well, they just didn't pull across in defence. And it may be 4 losses in a row for Broadmeadow today.
Yeah, Keanu Moore, again, tearing apart the Magic defence. So I think someone just needed to tell Matt Hill to slide across and take McLaughlin, and Ben Higgins probably could have taken more on his own, but a very good finish into the bottom right-hand corner. You were just saying that Jake Milstead scored a late winner for the Bears here a few rounds ago when we were covering that game, so it'll be interesting to see whether that's the winner or whether Broadmeadow has something left in the tank.
Well, it was really strange because Broadmeadow seemed like they had it all covered, and I saw McLaughlin back post unmarked, and I couldn't believe that no one had seen him. But Magic just seemed like they hadn't seen him, and he drifted in back post. Keanu Moore played an exquisite ball back post, and now we're going to have to decide who our man of the match is again. I think Keanu Moore could get the man of the match today. The Das Hund House man of the match. New on Bar TV today. Here's the header away. I think if Magic get level, it's probably Ben Higgins, so could change it up. Sanghin back to Griffiths. Griffiths goes long and looks for McLaughlin. Well, he wasn't looking for McLaughlin, but McLaughlin ended up with it, and it's going to be a free kick. Matt Hoole. So hold on to your man of the match predictions yet. We will actually put your man of the match thoughts below if you want. But Ben Higgins, Keanu Moore, they're the two we've probably got at this stage. So Matt Hoole on his right foot. Here he comes. Goes near stick. Ahead Smith. Oh, it's gone wide. And it's a corner, so it's come off Edgeworth. Home fans groaning as it went wide. As we are now into stoppage time, I think probably 3-4 minutes. Not as much as the first half because Jim Fogarty was injured. So here it comes. Back post. Up went Ben Higgins. Calling for handball or Edgeworth. Goes back to Griffiths. Griffiths stabbing one over the top. Ben Higgins is there. The punch from Ben Smith. The two Bens came together. Vigili tries to get around McLaughlin. He can't do so. Keanu Moore, good footwork again. Brody Taylor, they've gone across to the right. Bazari can't control. And Magic should get back. Chris Berlin coming across. Still with Bazari. Diving in and winning the ball was Griffiths. He goes down. He may be injured, Griffiths. He's back up there just holding his arm gingerly. And now with Bren Hamill on this near side. Goes back. Magic could come up with it, but Hamill gets there first. So Hayden Bryce up the ground towards Brody Taylor. Brody Taylor, Ben Higgins there again.
Yeah, there can't be much long left in this one, probably a minute and a half.
Well, he'll be absolutely shattered, Ben Higgins, if Magic can't grab a late equaliser. He has done absolutely everything he possibly could in defence today. Sanghin across to Hoole. Hoole now into the back of the head of McLaughlin. No luck there for Matt Hoole. Turns around and goes back to Archbold. Saved the penalty in the opening moments of this game. Looks like it'll come to no avail. There's Matt Hoole Goes to Ko Sang-hin. Still with Ko Sang-hin. Higgins. And Higgins looking over the top. And going back. Higgins again on the ball, this time to Hoole. Over the top. Walker. And that is full time. Edgeworth get the job done. We'll try and see, Brendan, if you can find number 10 for Edgeworth, who is Keanu Moore. There you go. Who is our man of the match? There he is. Keanu Moore, the Hawk Knuckle Award today. Man of the match, assist for the second goal. He won the penalty as well for them this afternoon for Edgeworth. Had a great game this afternoon. And what a wonderful afternoon it was for Edgeworth. I'm going to say, Blake, I'm going to say Edgeworth deserved to win this one. They had a lot of chances. Ben Higgins snuffed out a lot of them. And in that sense, I think they probably, deserved to get the win.
Yeah, they created a lot for themselves, didn't they? Keanu Moore, your man of the match, was obviously superb today. Made a lot of great and positive runs. Won a penalty for his side, scored the side's first and set up the winner. But yeah, Ben Higgins was great at the back too. He was really solid today. It was a great game. Both teams played really well. I think Magic improved in the front third by a mile in the last couple of games that we've seen them. I think they were better than what they were against Western, even though they scored 3 against Western. So a good game out here, a perfect day. All the clouds left us just before kick-off and nice blue skies. It's a great way to wrap up round 11.
Yeah, so Edgeworth, a 2-1 victory over Edgeworth Eagles. I should say, Edgeworth, a 2-1 victory over Broadmeadow Magic this afternoon. And Magic, that's their 4th loss in a row. Edgeworth, 7 wins in their last 8 games. And you've got next week's matches, Blake.
Yeah, next week's matches we see on Saturday. South Cardiff host the Jets Youth at Yalinga at 2:30. Leamington Jaffers host Western in the grand final rematch at Arthur Road Oval at 2:30. On Sunday, Adamstown and Charlestown clash at Adamstown Oval at 2:30. Broadmeadow are back here looking for their first win in 5 games against Maitland. And the match of the round is Edgeworth at home to Hamilton Olympic.
So Edgeworth and Hamilton Olympic next week. That is going to be an awesome contest. We hope you can join us then. So Jack McLaughlin Oval next Sunday. Be there for that one, and we'll see you then. Have you got anything more to say, Blake?
I'm just going to have a look at around the grounds for some scores on Twitter. There isn't any updated yet, so obviously stay tuned to the NPL website to get those results.
And your reviews of all the matches, so check that out on the Northern website. So thanks for joining us this afternoon. Magic again go down at home. This time it was Edgeworth 2, Broadmeadow 1. We'll see you next weekend.
This is for the players. For those that leap into battle in the blink of an eye. For the drivers that compete for their club, no matter where they are. For everyone who has triumphs, tips and tricks to share.
And for those who love to play with complete freedom, this is for the game changers, the innovators. This is for the players. This is PS4.
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.
Sports organisations have made a pledge to tackle youth binge drinking.
Now when you're watching your favourite sports, like football,
Swimming, basketball,
netball,
and athletics.
you'll see this logo.
It's all about coming together to have a positive influence on our drinking culture.
We're strong enough to say enough.
And you can be too.
Back your judgment.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Be the influence. Australia